This is Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Jamaican political activist, publisher, journalist, entrepreneur, and orator. Born August 17, 1887, he would become the founder and first President General of the Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League, known as the UNIA-ACL, but today they just call it the UNIA. Through this organization, he would declare himself Provisional President of Africa. Ideologically, he was a black nationalist and Pan-Africanist, whose ideas today simply became known as Garveyism. Garveyism centers primarily on the unification and the empowerment of black men, women, and children under the banner of their collective African identity and descent, and also the repatriation of African slave descendants and profits back to the African continent. Garvey put forward his dream in response to the marginalization and discrimination of Africans in the United States and Caribbean at the time, with the hopes of inspiring Americans, and Black Caribbeans to practically establish infrastructure, institution, and economies, rather than expecting such help and aid from the heavily prejudiced American government and Caribbean governments of the time. Instead of focusing on white people and their racism, Garvey instead tried to instill a sense of pride and self-worth back into the African community. This movement had a major impact in stimulating and shaping black politics and identity in the Caribbean, Africa, and the United States. Unfortunately, a lot of black people in the establishment, along with racist white folk, pushed back against his ideology. An investigation by the Justice Department in the United States, directed by J. Edgar Hoover, led to Garvey's arrest on charges of mail fraud in January 1922, and he'll later be imprisoned for several years. Unfortunately,